Hey, good afternoon. So it occurs to me, I don't know where this is coming from, but I I know this is true. I know this is true. I don't know, I just feel it. I think that it's because we have this memory of what unconditional love is from the time when we were in the source of all things, the time when we were whole with God, in God, one with God, holy in Him. We have this memory buried deep within us of what unconditional love is, and we go through this world and we experience the exact opposite, right? Circumstances, man, you name it, trauma, whatever, just all kinds of stuff that is just suffering. You know what I mean? We learn by the things in which we suffer, mostly. You know what I mean? Until we learn to learn from the things in which we enjoy. And that's a truth right there in itself. We learn from the things in which we suffer until we learn to learn from the things that we enjoy. We learn from our mistakes until we can learn from our successes. That is true. That is a deep, deep truth there. But I think that we all long for this unconditional love. We search for it. It's what drives us through this world, looking until we think that we found it. And then we find that it's just a pit stop, because all human love is conditional. I love you if you treat me this way. I will not accept or tolerate this. I cannot love you. I can love you from a distance, but I can't be in your vicinity. That's not love. Loving somebody is just like, okay, go do your thing, whatever, it becomes like I pray for that person. You know what I mean? It's like, but I guess that is a form of love. So I guess that is loving from a distance, I guess. But I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because I don't know, I feel this to be just a deep, deep truth that I just can't explain. I would have to actually look. I bet it's somewhere. It's got to be somewhere. It's got to be somewhere in some ancient text somewhere, probably in like the Vedas or something, just referencing just like unconditional love. And then just like we long for it, we search for it. It's what drives us to find God. That is the Godhead, love, unconditional love. Unconditional positive regard for others and yourself, for the environment around you and yourself, because yourself is an environment of its own. You are a walking, talking, breathing, living, embodied environment. You have all kinds of things, microbes and bacteria and all kinds of things that live on you and in you. Do you know that actually about 50% of your cells are actually your cells? The cells of your body, only about 50% of the makeup in the cell actually belongs to you. Everything else is like other microbes that are co-creating within you, that are helping. It's a symbiotic relationship. We think of mitochondria as something that, just carries information from the mother, and to the egg. But the things that we call genetic makeup and DNA, stuff like that, it has a higher purpose, because there are other things functioning in there that, we would say we have control over because they are our cells, but only 50% of those cells are our cells. So who's in control here? And then to what ratio? Is it negative or positive? Like, is there even polarity to these? You know what I mean? Like, I've got so many questions that just like I can't even begin to fathom like how many questions I have, actually, that I just can't bring to the forefront of my mind because they're just like, there's so many. But like, seriously, where does unconditional love come from? What is unconditional love but a memory? Because love is conditional here. I haven't ever witnessed unconditional love. Maybe for a moment, but nobody keeps it. You know what I mean? It's like having peace and keeping peace. We get to have peace. God gives us peace all the time. It's holding on to it when the enemy comes. That's the hard part. Father, is there anything else that you want me to add to this? Like, anything else? I've got charts just backed up right now. But I feel and move. So I know one day this is going to help somebody who's going through something crazy. I don't know how. I just know one day this will be, things that I say will be relevant to a human being eventually. And it's cool. You know how like artists starve and everything until they die, and then they're all of a sudden famous. They're artists worth billions and millions. You know what? Well, that's cool. At least their family doesn't, have to go through the same things anymore. At least their family can have the rewards and the benefits. That's what they did it for anyways, right? That's normally what we become, for anyways. So why would an artist choose to be an artist and starve, you know what I mean? But not that they were dedicated to their passion and God, even though they weren't blessed while they were on the earth, but which, I bet if they took stock looking back, I bet every artist that starved through the dark ages and everything, through the horrors of this world, of our past, I'm sure that they had some kind of faith that they were living their purpose and making their contribution to the world through expressing their inner self. And man, I don't know, and I say die, before they die, but we never die. We just transmigrate from this plane of reality to another plane of existence. That's it. And they are adjacent to one another here in this world, layered one on top of the other. It's about being able to see the light spectrums. It's about being able to see, which I don't necessarily think that I've been able to see those bright ass colors yet, but I know I've got to be on that path. I've got to be. And if not, I'm sure I'll be redirected. But, I don't know, man. Just look at the, artists and, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Does Van Gogh and all them have children? I don't know, man. Like, artists were normally whores. Just, free spirits, man. I can't call them names, you know what I mean? Forgive me for that. No judgment here. But, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. There's something to be said about artists. That's for sure. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. See, I really have other things I need to go do. You guys have a good evening. Oh, man, tomorrow's hump day. Just don't be caught at the bottom of the hill, okay? Okay. God bless you guys. May the light of Christ, man, totally be alive in you guys today. God bless.